During his prime, this first baseman was arguably the most feared slugger in all of baseball, but whatever happened to Ryan Howard? It took 2 years for Ryan Howard's father, Ron, to recognize that his son was destined for greatness on the diamond. And Ryan's pro-athlete destiny only became more apparent as he grew into a massive individual in high school. Attending Lafayette High School outside of St. Louis, Ryan was a member of the high school marching band, the football team, and of course, the baseball team. But in his senior year, after urging from his mom, Ryan would move on from football and the trombone to focus on baseball. While Howard would absolutely crush baseballs, there were some flaws in his swing. His high school coach claims that is the biggest reason for Ryan going under-recruited, both on the collegiate and professional levels. Now, around this time, Ryan was able to get in touch with the head coach at Southwest Missouri State, who agreed to let him join the team as a walk-on. Although Howard's walk-on status wouldn't last long, as he proceeded to put up video game-like numbers in just his freshman season, hitting .355 with 19 homers and 66 RBIs in just 57 games. Howard would be named a freshman All-American and was all of a sudden on the radar of pro scouts. He'd ultimately be selected in the 5th round of the 2001 MLB draft by the Philadelphia Phillies and would spend the next few years ascending through the team's farm system. And in 2004, Howard would absolutely explode. In 131 games between Double and AAA, Howard would mash 46 homers and drive in over 130 runs. This in turn would earn him a cup of coffee at the end of the 04 season. But Howard would return to the minors to start 2005. A torrid start to the minor league season would leave the Phillies with no choice but to promote Howard. In 88 games, Howard would lead all rookies with 22 home runs as part of a dominant season that would net him the NL Rookie of the Year award. But entering the 2006 season, the Phillies would face a dilemma. Jim Thome was still on the team. The Phillies would ultimately ship off Howard's predecessor, locking Ryan in as the first baseman of the organization's future. And what happened? Absolutely nobody could have predicted. The numbers that Howard put up in his first season with the team? Unreal. He proceeded to lead all of Major League Baseball in home runs and RBIs. And even with the 181 strikeouts, Howard would hit over 300 and walk over 100 times, making him arguably the biggest offensive threat in the entire league. Just 7 years after walking on to a Missouri Valley baseball team, Ryan Howard was the MVP. Howard would average 47 homers over the next 3 seasons, en route to becoming the fastest player in MLB history to hit 100, 150, and 200 career dingers. Not only had he become one of the faces of the sport, he'd specifically become the face of the Moneyball movement. This was at a time where teams were caring less about hits and strikeouts and more about homers and getting on base, which made Howard a 3-outcome hitter, one of the most coveted assets in the league. Entering 2010, Howard's age 30 season, he'd be awarded with a 5-year, $120 million contract. This would be capped off in the 2011 NLDS, when Howard would tear his Achilles running to first on the final play of the game. The Achilles tear would plague Howard for the remainder of his career and accelerate his rapid descent. He would play just 151 games over 2012 and 2013 and looked like a shell of his former self. The once feared slugger had much of his power sapped by the injury. Additionally, teams were beginning to incorporate defensive shifts more and more frequently, which was ruinous to a player like Howard, who relied so heavily on pulling the ball. By 2014, Howard was no longer able to use his power to compensate for his deficiencies in just about every other area. Howard and the Phillies would part ways after his contract concluded following the 2016 season. And after minor league stints with Colorado and Atlanta in 2017, Howard would officially retire from baseball. In the years since, Howard has spent time as a partner at Philadelphia venture capital firm 76 Capital, written 6 children's books with his wife, and spent time as part of the Baseball Tonight crew. Today, Howard is not only remembered as one of the best home run hitters in the league's history, but also one of the true faces of the Moneyball era.